Mark, you always crack me the hell up. Hello, Mark. How's your day today? Finally! Sneaky snick. Hello, welcome in. I know, I haven't been on. I had an unfortunate event last week with alcohol that did not go well, and it, took me out. Let's see these Lego games. We're not playing Lego games today. Today we're just gonna chat and hang out. I'm slowly getting back into the drift of Twitch, so you'll see Lego games eventually. No, you're incredible, Mark. How's your day today? I hope you're doing well. I kind of just been chilling, cleaning my house. It just feels nice to clean because I can get up and move a lot better. So dishes, cleaning the kitchen a little bit. Welcome in, TikTok. I'm also on TikTok. Everybody says that. I never know how to answer because my family is white and Hawaiian Chinese, you know? Well, maybe you don't know, but, so I'm not really sure how much Asian is really in my blood, you know? But I do know my grandma is Chinese. So, most of the time when people think I look reefered out of my mind, it's just my eyes. And I never know how to respond. So how do I know she's Chinese? Because she told me it, I didn't see any birth certificate, but you know, she's I don't know if it's 100% Chinese, but she just looks like your average Chinese woman. Hawaiian, Chinese, and white. German, my dad's, they say he's German, but he's adopted. So that's just an overtone of just white, obviously. Bubba's! Hello, welcome in. But which grandma is that? Your mom's? Yeah, the Chinese grandmother is my mom's mom. A Chinese smell. I didn't say that. Forrest, hello, welcome in. Yeah, how you guys doing today? So, I wanted to be consistent with my Twitch last week, but yeah, I drank a couple beers and then almost died. Not really, but I was hungover for a few days. I guess I'm getting old. I guess that's the mark of getting old. Zorby! I saw Bubba's. I'm glad. A good Monday. I love it. Yeah, so I want to try to kick my little routine into gear. I know, dude. And it's funny because I had two and then I fell asleep and the third one was open and full. I had to throw it away though, because there's no way I was gonna drink it within the next few weeks. I'm just makes me sick feeling just looking at it. I have one left, but I think my range is 1 per 6 hours. But yeah, they were really good. I don't regret it because I have really bad ADHD, and that's the only way I can turn off my mind, truly. So I really needed those days of just my mom's grandma, my both from Russia. Nice. Yoav, welcome in, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a good day. Blaze, welcome in. I'm glad to see you guys on this account. Yeah, welcome in. So pretty much the plan is I'll put up a schedule tonight or tomorrow. Twitch is going to be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then I hope to have just a Twitch dedicated day on Thursday, all day of doing reaction videos to true crime stuff that I like to watch. You know, the Iwu crew, the Uwu crew. Babas, thank you. Lee Wolf, I hope you are too. How are you doing today, Joe? Thank you for all the likes. Welcome in. We are on Twitch, so if you want to hang out on Twitch, there's a link in my bio. You can meet us on Twitch. Spudgy, leave him alone. Hey, Spudge, stop. But yeah, so tonight, Wednesday, and Friday, I'll be on at the nights for Twitch. Thursday, I'll be on Twitch all day. Well, a good part of the day. Thank you for the gifts. Yes, you guys, we're earning rent early. So all the gifts that I earn on TikTok can finally go towards rent. So all gifts earned goes towards rent. If you want to donate, there's a link in my bio. If you want to throw $5, $2 towards my rent goal, you know the drill. It's in my bio. There's also Patreon. All Patreon subs go towards my rent. There's also merch. Don't complain to me about the prices. Okay, I'm going to figure out a different vendor for the hoodies and stuff. I still want to use Kayla for her other items. She's great. She's got good quality stuff, and I think those items are quicker for her to produce. I don't know why. But the shirts and hoodies, we'll find a different vendor to make it a little more affordable. How does your microphone have a color changing gradient light? I don't know, it just is. You can find this on Amazon. I'm going to work on my Amazon storefront. So a lot of the stuff you guys see, I get from Amazon. So that way you guys can just go to my link and find it. And I get a bit of commission from, like, I get a portion of what you pay towards them. Like, you don't pay me for it, but whatever you buy, like, this was like $160, which I bought like 3 years ago. No one throw a fit, okay? But you know, I get like $1 out of your purchase from them for showing the link and whatnot. So it's just a good way for me to make money, and people are always asking about this. So there's a black one and then there's a white one. So obviously I have the white one, but you can change it to like one tone. You can change it to a gradient. I just let it kind of cycle through its thing because I like the cycle of it. The mic, yeah. Oh, I guess you can't see it too well. What the hell's going on? You guys sit on a Pringle can, so I need to get an actual phone stand or a fucking camera stand. I love seeing the dogs. Hell yeah. Zorby might meet the dogs tomorrow. We'll see how he's feeling. Did you do the flowers in the light, or I'm just tripping? These have been up for a bit. Maybe you haven't noticed though. Also, for my birthday last year, I got big Ichabod Master Life figure. What is that, Yoav? Thank you for all the gifts. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day so far. I just been kind of making videos, editing videos. I got to put the rest of the video of passing out food on my YouTube. The first one is up now if you want to check it out. And edit some videos for TikToks. What do I do for fun? Well, when my joints feel good, I like to ride my motorcycle and cook, bake, dance. I like to go explore new places. I like museums a lot. I like to just kind of hang out by myself, though. I did as a kid watch Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it's okay. Usually I think I block it, or like you guys have a different angle, like it's like more like this on TikTok. So I don't know if I've ever really shown it. I know, buddy. I know. Anywho, yeah, today's been a pretty good day. Also, if someone can recommend me a weed killer, the weeds are coming back. What is the point of paying these dudes $300 when the weeds just grow back? They sprayed my whole yard and pulled them, but the weeds just grow back. What is the point of paying them that much money if they don't really get rid of all the weeds? Perfect Pursuit, welcome in. But anyway, if you have a good weed killer that kills them, like legit kills them, let me know in Discord if you could, because I need to buy some weed killer. There's no way I can get on my hands and knees and get down doing that. And it's just a bill that I don't want to have to worry about this month. I have to take Shredder and Beef back to the vet. And I think Spudgy and Beef and myself have like a candida or like skin type fungal infection going on. So us three need to go see a doctor this month. But them two, I need to get them in again. And then Shredder's in for just his regular and nail trimming. So, oh, yes, that'd be so great, Bubba. That would be so freaking great, dude. Salt? For real, Mark? Beef. That boy, welcome in. But yeah, the goals this month are just to focus on rent. Next week, I hope to make this by this week. And then next week, I really want to focus on making this painting and selling it and paying my grandfather back. And then non-toxic to smaller dogs, usually flower-based. Okay. That's good to know, to keep in mind, too, because I did forget about that. Kaiju that looks like so. Okay. And then the end of the month, Beef has his appointment, which his appointment is pretty pricey. It's like $500 because he's doing an ear cleaning. And they have to sedate him because he's fucking dramatic as hell. So that's going to cost quite a bit. But luckily, not as much as last month. Last month cost so fucking much with the dogs. So you're going to see me pushing hard for that shit. Don't hate me. Don't get annoyed with me, okay? But you're going to see new photo shoots on Patreon and lots of stuff on Patreon. Lots of stuff. So I have several tiers. There's a tier for the dogs I'm going to work on this week. I'm going to work on the holistic one this week. So if you want to follow my holistic journey. Yeah, his ear, yeah. And now, so when they sedate him, they'll be able to take a swab and like do a testing. So they'll also probably send him home with some more antibiotics, but more for the type that he needs. Because there's a lady in here that came in, she was a vet tech. So she said that the antibiotics that they give for like an ear infection is different than a fungal infection. So they'll likely send him home with some more antibiotics. Probably not prednisone. They gave me prednisone for him, and usually if you have a fungal infection like that, prednisone makes it worse. So Beef is the one who acts in the vets. I know, right? I know, they fucking love him. And then Beef, on the other hand, they're like, dude, this guy is he's too much. I'm like, I know, he's crazy, but I love him. Bobby, hello and welcome in. But yeah, big goals this month. So I appreciate y'all for just chilling with me and supporting it, truly. These trolls are getting a little crazy on my Facebook and stuff, so I just appreciate y'all being nice and not mean. But tonight's gonna be pretty chill night. I think Wednesday we'll talk a little bit about magic. But kind of like manifesting magic, quantum science and stuff. It can look like magic to the outside world, but it's really just all science. But I really want to teach y'all my ways so that you too can impart it in your life and get the things that you want because you deserve them. And it's really easy once you start getting it down. And I just want to teach people that I can't give you guys money. I can't cure your illnesses. I can't solve all of your, inner problems or anything. But what I can do is teach you how I did for myself, and in hopes to guide you on a path that's a little easier. And what I can say is I have ADHD. So like I tried to like shortcut it, but not without skipping on quality. Because like, I'll put it this way, like I would rather not keep continuing like a toxic phase with people. I'd rather just cut them off immediately, although it sucks really bad. But in the long term, like that is way better for you than just dragging it out for years and wishing on what could be, you know what I mean? So for me, the ADHD just thrives on just, okay, long term, nah, we're going to go short term right now and just, but it's always got the long-term plan in mind. It's hard to describe. I'll go into detail on Wednesday. So if you got ADHD and stuff like that, maybe it'll cater to you a little easier with manifesting, because I do find that people who talk about manifesting and stuff online, they leave out a lot of detail, and it's because they're trying to do workshops. They're trying to like get you into their link and spend thousands of dollars with them on a one-on-one session. I don't give a shit about that. I don't care to do that. My philosophy really is that if I really go out there with a good heart trying to take care of people, the universe will take care of me. God, universe, whatever the hell you want to call it, will make sure I'm taken care of. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of times before, when I was more consistent on Twitch, that's what I would talk about. Lee Wolf, thank you for the heart. And thank you. I hope you're having a good day. But that's what I would talk about before. And I kind of, went through a lull because with my health and stuff. And I don't really like preaching until I'm out of that phase. So I really want to preach a little bit more about, following intuition and how to and stuff like that, because my health is getting better. And I feel like I have more of a hill to stand on now that I'm getting better. Because before, I don't want to preach like, oh, you need to follow your intuition and I'm going to get better, but I'm not getting better. I'm getting worse physically, So now that I'm getting better, it's like, okay, I feel like there's substance behind me. Like you guys have seen me put the work in. So now I feel better about preaching this stuff, that I'm not just talking out of my ass. You know what I mean? and not everybody's gonna know the journey, but for the base people who have been here for a while, you know, word up, it will Bubba's represent whoop whoop. What is it? ICP. But that's what we're going to talk about on Wednesday. Today's just going to be a chill day. I have a few videos that I want to finish after this. So Mondays are usually my busiest days. So maybe we'll just make Wednesday and Fridays my podcast day, and Mondays just be the catch-all day. Just see how y'all are doing and whatnot. But yeah. Oh, here he goes, itching his ear. Oh my goodness. Is it laggy on Twitch at all? Because I see that it's like drop in frames, which isn't good. But every time that I try to stream, but I guess it might be the load of whatever doing the Wi-Fi too much at once. I don't know what I'm saying. Anywho, we're gonna do a bowl real quick, so you guys can't look. Anywho, but you Twitch people can. A little, not much. Okay. Oh, it's back. Okay. Yeah, it seemed to drop a few frames there for a second. Anywho, sounds like everybody's day was pretty good, and that makes me happy. My day was pretty good, too. Pretty relaxing. My joints feel good. I have an appointment tomorrow to get this little rash figured out, because I think it's candida. So I was at the doctor appointment, and remember, I've been telling the doctor this whole time, I don't know the right words. So I don't know if it's really bacteria when it could be fungal, you know? So I don't know. But I know there's something systemic going on where it's like dispersing, you know what I mean? Through my body. So that could be fungal, that could be bacterial, whatever. And every time I get off this prednisone, I get a rash. And this happened last time. And I kept saying, like, I think I have like a fungal candida, something going on, overgrowth. Have I tried cream? No. I have been slacking on my garlic. The garlic is like a really good natural way to treat candida overgrowth. But I'm going to the doctor tomorrow morning, so I have an appointment then. I'm really excited because they can give me some antibiotics for that, and they'll probably refer me to a dermatologist. I already see infectious disease at the end of the month, but I think if anything, they'll probably refer me to a dermatologist as well as give me some meds. I'm going to pretend like it's really itchy, really bad, so they take me serious. It really doesn't bother me. What I do think, though, I think that getting rid of the candida will help my joints. At 1:40 tomorrow. Oh, shit, Dr. Twins. I hope your appointment goes well. But Spudgy, hey, Spudge, please leave him alone, honey. That's why you have itchy paws, okay? But yeah, I think because if I go in there trying to prove to them, like, this is the reason why I have rheumatoid arthritis, blah, blah, I don't think they're going to take me serious. I just need to get the doctor to give me some antibiotics and whatever for this candida overgrowth so it stops. And then I prove to the doctors that this is the reason why my flare-up was happening, because there's a fungal infection systemically happening, which is causing an autoimmune response, which is making my body attack my joints, which is why since I've cleaned up my diet, it's not happening anymore, because a lot of the foods we eat promote fungal infections and stuff. Can't push too much, right? Literally, like the last time I went in, because they wanted to push that hip replacement on me, right? So I went in and like they saw me doing better. I was without my cane and everything, and they just scrapped the whole hip replacement idea. And what's even funnier is they told me that my x-rays showed that my right hip was more inflamed than my left. I'm almost betting that they read these wrong. I know that sounds crazy, but my right hip doesn't hurt at all. It does not hurt at all. And he wouldn't show me the x-rays, so I'm almost like, suspicious. But it could be very well. Like I do have, my elbow is like very damaged from the inflammation that I've had. I can see it, like you can tell. Not only have I lost a lot of muscle right here, so I'm building the muscle tone back, but you can tell it's like, it's really knobby. But yeah, when I go in there next time, I'm gonna look. For some reason, I thought they put the x-rays in my portal for online. They don't, so, because I was just gonna look at them on my own time, but so when I go back in to talk to him, I'm going to see if we can like look over them together. Right? That's what I was thinking, Joe, right? I thought we have a portal that usually they submit them to. So I thought they were going to be in there. I can probably ask them to submit them so I don't have to go in and look at them. But I want to see, I don't know what to look for either. But I can tell when the bone has abnormalities, right? But yeah, they were trying to push a hip replacement. And here's the thing, like, I've said this between y'all and myself, you know, and the whole internet. When I was like 23, 24, they tried pushing ankle replacements on me, both of my ankles. And now that I've cleaned up my diet and everything, my ankles are not a problem. And if I would have gotten those ankle replacements, they wanted to get my ankles fused and replaced. And when you get them fused, you can't move them. So you're fucking Forrest Gumping it everywhere. Like, I don't want to walk that way when I'm so young, you know. I need to find a way around this that's healthy and right for me. And I don't feel that's right for me. I just didn't feel it. So that was young. And the thing that threw me off, that I was really hyper fixated on, that I just think was my gut screaming like red flag, was the doctor was like very there's a lot of gnats in here, sorry. He was very like no, I didn't forget. I'm still enjoying a bowl. Hold on. Very swagged out. His shoes were like alligator shoes, and they were so nice. They had to have been worth at least like 4K, I feel like they were so nice. He was decked out, like dripped out, dude. Like, and it just felt like, to me, it really felt like I was being pitched a sale by like a sleazy car salesman. That's what it, because I remember watching movies back in, like, you remember back in the day how they had, I never had one come to my home, but I've watched movies where they were in the movies and they were always dressed to the T's and sold like, you know, half-assed faulty products because they could just skip town, you know. So not that I think these doctors will skip town, but the common consensus is that oh my god, sorry. The common consensus that I get is anytime I open up about replacement of joints, everyone that talks about it says it hurts so bad and they have so many issues, more issues than they did before. And that's where I'm like, I don't feel ready for that. I don't feel like that's the right decision for me. I know down the road I will probably have to get that done, right? I hope. There can come a time where, like my elbow right now, it has like small, like spiny things on it, just because when you have inflammation, it erodes the bone and everything like that. So through time, it can wear down and start creating its own groove and get back to its regular motion. I don't have lack of motion in my elbow. It's a little sore lately, but I haven't taken my garlic and this rash is flaring up. And that's where I feel like it's definitely something related to this candida thing. So that's where I have that appointment tomorrow morning, because the next one they had was like at the end of the month, and I don't want to wait that long because 2 weeks is a lot of time that I could be doing good things if I was healthier. So I don't want to wait, you know. Kickbacks for the device used and the drugs from the hospital they operate at. Oh my god, you think so? It's always these damn kickbacks. I always forget about that. Yeah, so, and then there was another time where when I was having my neck issue, they were telling me I need to get my neck fused. And I was like, no. And then I ran into an Uber driver who had his neck fused, and he could, you know, it was like that. And remember, I was like that. I had no range of motion. I couldn't even look up. I couldn't even sit because it was so painful in my neck. But now the range of motion is coming back. Granted, it's still stiff, but it was locked up for like 2-3 years, and really since high school, but really, really bad for like those 2 years. And so now I have to get used to the range of motion coming back, work these muscles and stuff like that. So it's going to take some time. But if I had my neck fused, I wouldn't even be able to move this. Like, and I'm just confused why they think this is the proper solution when that is such a permanent thing to do to your body. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Bubba's. I appreciate you. Dawn, thank you for all the gifts. Thank you for the gifts, you guys. These go towards my rent, so thank you. I'm so excited to be able to earn rent early because it's not as stressful. And it's just, it feels good to, you know, finally allow TikTok to contribute to my rent gift-wise and stuff like that, or whatever. By the way, if you send, there's a small crowd in here, so most of y'all probably know, but if you don't know, if you send a corgi, you get entered in a drawing to win a free hoodie or beanie or a t-shirt. Now that we have t-shirts. So if you want to see what they look like, you can see it in the link in my bio. There's a merch line. Zorby, thank you. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you, big TFXLRST. May I ask you a question? Sure. One day I'll win one. You will. I know you will. But yeah, that scares me. I keep forgetting that doctors get kickbacks. I always forget that. And see, here, I ask again, let me know if anyone knows the answer to this. Can you ask, what, like, are they legally obligated to tell you? Or, like, could they lie to me and be like, no, no, no? Because here's the thing, when I was at my doctor appointment again, I heard my doctor pushing that medicine that literally sent me to the ER on the person next to me. That is the second time I've heard him press that medicine on a patient. I don't know these patients or anything, but I find it so odd that it's a new medication, and every time I go in, he's pushing this medication on another patient, and I hear it through the walls. Is that weird to you guys or no? Because it could just be like a medication that there's good luck with, you know? But I'm like, dude, what? Are we sure about this? What if they die too? You know? Well, I didn't die, but like, what if they, Star, thank you for the follow. What if they have that adverse reaction that I did too? You know, and that's where I'm like, I feel like if I ask him, I feel like legally they should be able to say, they should have to be honest, you know? Are you good? Good at what? Or like, am I good? Like, what do you mean? I'm chill. They get kickbacks for using certain meds to get their testing. Right. Yeah, I literally almost died. I mean, it's okay, but... And to be honest, he said he'd pay me back for my Uber, and that bitch never paid me back for my Uber. He owes me $10. I knew he wouldn't. I was going to make a joke, but someone's going to come for me and cancel me online because I know it's inappropriate. It's mean. It's stereotypical kind of joke, but I'll keep it to myself. Well, yeah, he's going to push it because he needs to get paid to push. Right? That's where, like, people will make me feel bad day in and day out for streaming, but you will never make me feel... Like, I could never push medicine on people like that. I could never do that for money. I'd rather do what I'm doing for money, and I just think things will happen in the way they need to happen for me, because I'm not trying to manipulate and harm people for the sake of a few dollars. I want to go ride motorcycles with you. Bet. My hip is getting better. I'm so excited. I sit crisscross yesterday for the first time, and that was so exciting. It felt so nice. Like when your joint's all locked up and you can't move it for a while. It felt so nice to just kind of like sit there for a while. I was just like, wow, this feels so good. It just feels like a nice, good stretch. From hospitals and doctors, all signed to these med device companies for extra result conferences. I am so curious about all this. Yeah, I just want to know. They won't say anything. I got you. So they won't. Damn. Because I really feel like he's got like something going on with that Cimzia. That was that shot that I got that I had like an immediate reaction that I posted about. And it's crazy to me that he is... I mean, I guess maybe I am very sensitive to medicine. And here's my theory. And he thinks I'm fucking nuts. But I know I'm not nuts because the doctors who I follow on here who like work just autoimmune illness and stuff like that... Zorbatron, thank you for the bracelets. They validate what I say, so I know I'm not crazy. I just know it's his lack of knowledge in this area, which is okay. He's a rheumatologist. He doesn't know anything with everything, you know. He knows his field, which is great, but when it's for me, I have polyglandular syndrome type 3, and if he would have read my damn file, which I don't think he did. And that's what I mean. I tell these doctors, hey, read my file. There's a lot of information in there. And I think it'll be beneficial to you. I think they think like, oh, no, I know better, and I'm going to use whatever and do whatever. So what they always make me do is they make me start at base one again, at starting this new medicine that I told them it doesn't work for me. But they need me to prove to them that it doesn't work. So I have to go through another trial of just sitting there taking this medicine that I know doesn't work. I've taken it 4 times in my fucking life at this point, and it doesn't work every time. But I have to take it for this new doctor to see so the insurance improves it. That's the route I have to go. So I go through this whole testing of like all these medicines that I don't need. Doug Nasty, welcome back. I know I haven't been on this account for a bit. How are you doing? Rob, welcome in. It really is, and it's so annoying because I'm just a guinea pig at that point. But I think because of this candida overgrowth, that no matter what I take, it's going to have this adverse reaction. Because it's just fungal, and this medicine shuts down your immune system. So it's just letting that fungal infection run rampant. And remember, I told you that the pamphlet talks about bacterial infections, you being more prone to them because of this medicine. All of the biologics that you take for rheumatoid arthritis, for myself, because I have such a severe kind, there's like a level that you take that's like below here, it doesn't fuck with you that bad, but when you get to this level and above, it really fucks with you and just shuts down your immune system completely, because that's what the body needs apparently. But I don't think that's what it is. I think it's a candida overgrowth, a fungal overgrowth, bacterial overgrowth of some sort happening systemically. And when I take too much ibuprofen, like I was getting that kind of reaction. I didn't know I should have had an EpiPen this whole time through that. But that was an abnormal reaction to me. That happens with new medicines in general. And I keep trying to tell them this, and I feel like they're not listening to me. But the last time I was at the doctor visit, I was seeing his fucking assistant, Dan. Fucking Dan, so annoying. He was like looking at my arm, and he's like, yeah, that looks like a fungal infection. And I'm like, okay, all right, we're getting somewhere. Finally, you're hearing me out. But what sucks is, how long have I been preaching this? How long have I been saying, every time I go to the doctor, it is some sort of systemic fungal bacterial infection for months? And they just, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I'm like, dog, it is. I'm telling you it is. Like, all I do is sit online and research this shit. Like, and connect what I'm going through to what I'm researching. If it doesn't connect to me, then I don't consider it really too much, you know? But if it looks like what I have, if it feels like everything, and I'm connecting the dots with my medicine, like, you know, so for the tiniest bit, fucking Dan, for the tiniest bit, he was like, yeah, that looks like fungal. And I'm like, all right. So now I have this appointment with my physician tomorrow, my regular doctor, to get my yearly checkup, and just for them to check this. If they can give me antibiotics for it, they will. If not, they'll refer me to a dermatologist. But what I have overall is polyglandular syndrome type 3. So it means there's multiple glands involved, multiple glands involved. Shredder is sleep whimpering. So when it comes to my illness, while rheumatoid arthritis is the main symptom, there's so many things that are playing a role in this, but I don't want to discount that so much, because I really do think that a lot of people with autoimmune illnesses, might be what they're going through. And because a lot of these medicines that we're given for autoimmune suppress it completely suppress it. But you know what they say, you can't make money off a cured patient. It suppresses it enough to where if you get off this medicine, it will flare up again because of what you're eating, a high sugar diet, whatever. And granted, I eat a lot of honey and stuff, but I don't think that's the contribution to this. I've had this before prior, and I think, you know, the honey probably doesn't make it any amazinger, but since I've been on this new fucking medicine, I got this rash. And I said that I think it was slowing down my progression with my joints, because I was progressing pretty rapidly there for a bit. And now the progressions are more coming, like they're coming in very slowly now, but I'll take it. I'm not going to complain, okay? But since I've been on this new med, I've got this fucking rash. Because what does it do? It shuts down my immune system. And I haven't read the pamphlet, but I need to, because I get so overzealous about taking this medicine. Like, oh, new medicine. Oh, probability of me feeling better soon. Let me just, you know, oh, that looked wrong. No one edit that. I swear to God. But, oh, thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. Yeah, and honestly, I can't thank y'all enough, because you guys have been a big reason why I've pushed so hard for myself, because you guys have validated things I'm going through, because the doctors gaslight the hell out of me. Like I said, like I would go into the office and be like, you know, I'm feeling worse, but they're like, you're feeling better. But they don't know at that time I was taking so much ibuprofen just to walk in there. So like, you guys know what's actually going on and you listen. The problem is I tell him the same shit. He doesn't listen, because he's a doctor. He knows better. This medicine has to work, but it doesn't. And so now he's like, you know, and this is where it sucks, because I just have to let it play out. I try to tell them, but I just have to let it play out and show them. And that's where, like, everywhere in my life, people underestimate me. Everywhere. And I'm so used to this. And that's why I'm really all about action, because you're not going to prove anything by words anyway, you know? So I'm excited for this doctor appointment to see what's going on. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's a fungal, kind of thing going on, because also with the dogs, Spudgy's paw is itching and Beef's ear. And if it's, transferable, then that would make sense, which is even better because us getting it all taken care of all in the same month is even better. And I'm supposed to do laundry on Friday, so even better. And I guess I'll deep clean my home once Beef comes home and he's treated. I'm sure, I think they actually told me it'll only take an hour. I wonder how he's going to be when he's sedated. Goofy guy. But yeah, so that's what's going on. And I'm looking forward to that so much, because I think once I get this fungal thing taken care of, my joints are just going to feel so much better. And I'm so excited. But yeah, they really wanted that. They really wanted me to get that hip replacement. And I feel like, what I really feel like? I feel like Dan and this doctor, Rashid or whatever the hell his name is, I feel like they work in like a duo, like scheme plan kind of shit. I don't know how to describe it, but I really feel like they do. Because Dan is my doctor's assistant, so I feel like that would make sense. But like, they both have the same kind of like mentality, and they push the same thing. So I almost wonder if they're like just like tag teaming it. And it's really funny because they always push me to take birth control when I get there. But once upon a time, I did tell them that I did ONF, and I think they think that I do it with other men. And so the last time I was there, he's like, "Are you on birth control?" I'm like, "No. Why the hell would I be on birth control?" And he's like, "Well, because, you never know." And I'm like, "Well, I know. I know when I open my legs to someone, hello, what? What do you mean?" But then I sat there and thought about it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they, like, I never told them, like, I don't tell them the details, so they're just making assumptions, which I'm not offended by that. Valid assumption, Have you asked for an abdominal ultrasound if anything is there inflamed? I have not. That would probably be more gastrointestinal, so, yeah, that might be the next go-to. I'll probably, because I think what they're going to do is refer me to a dermatologist with this. They're going to give me some antibiotics because I'm going to make a fuss about it so that they do it. And then I think they're going to refer me to a dermatologist. But I can only go and see them for 1 or 2 issues at a time. I'm seeing them for a yearly visit and the candida thing. So I'll make another appointment to get a referral to a gastroenterologist, because that would be a good way to... The infectious diseases, I have an appointment at the end of the month for them. They're going to take my blood work, and they can also look into candida, and they can also look into any possible parasitic things happening still within my body and stuff like that. So that's a good route to go as well. And if there is parasitic stuff within... they still might refer me to a GI doctor. So I think all in all, and it probes, I think all in all, it's going to round over to a GI doctor anyhow. When I was younger, I went through this. Like, I would go to the dermatologist, they do skin biopsies. So I'm in the doctor, they shoot me in the arm with numbing stuff, which that hurts still. And then it numbs up, and they take a chunk of my skin, and then they test it, and they're like, oh, there's nothing wrong. And then they give me more medicine for some dermatitis issue that they're just umbrella generalizing the term, just to give me medicine. And then they would send me to a GI doctor, and then I would go get an endoscopy and a colonoscopy. At like 6, 7, I was getting colonoscopies and stuff. And it was awful. Ugh. Because they put a PICC line down my nose, and it dripped into my stomach to drip the fluid that would make you shit your brains out. So to clean yourself out. And so every time I swallowed, like, just, when you swallow your saliva, it would trigger the PICC line to like hit my uvula thingy, and then it would make me gag. So eventually I ended up Kenny! Hello! How are you? This is my backup account, Bjorn. So it might be that you're following my main account. We're on my backup account tonight. So we're going back into the rhythm that I wanted to, which is the other account I'll be on in the morning, and this account I'll be on at night. You've been lurking, oh, you're sick in bed. Like cough sick, or like body sick? I hope you've been doing well otherwise. That's just, I thought that's one of the best ways to see what's what. Right? Yeah, I'll have to bring that up. So I'm just trying to get, now that I'm feeling better, that's the thing, is like the doctor doesn't understand. It's hard to get to these x-rays and all these things when you can barely walk. It's like I live alone. I have to get myself in the car, out of the car, and Sometimes I call ahead to ask for like wheelchairs and stuff like that, but I really try not to. And so now that I'm feeling better, I just want to take advantage of it and just try to get to these appointments to get things, moving. So I really want by my birthday just to be walking and happy. I hope May is the last month I'll spend gimpy, and I've been working out. So May I've been working out slowly. I think sometime this week I'm going to try my first leg workout. Nothing crazy, just body weight. I've been working my right side, so I have to start incorporating my left side, but we're going to see how that goes. Aesthetics donor, welcome in, and thank you. All these gifts go towards my rent. What? So thank you for all the gifts. I love y'all. But, yeah, I really hope June I can just start sticking to a workout plan, and that way by July my bikini body will be ready for my birthday. My bikini body's ready now, but I want to feel more confident because I've lost a lot of weight in my legs and stuff. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to like my thighs being so skinny. So I want to kind of get back to where I was. And I want to be able to look my best for my 29th birthday. Wait, am I 29? 1995. Yeah, I'm 29. Then 3 weeks. Oh no. I hope so, Kenny. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're eating healthy, okay? I know it might get annoying that I say that, but it's so important. Getting enough fiber and probiotics at least. Heck yeah, good. Yes! I know, I'm stoked about it. Also, y'all, it's a small crowd, so I just want to say thank you for those who are bouncing between Twitch and TikTok just to help with my traffic. You guys are fucking wonderful. Stuff like that means so much to me. You have no idea. Oh, I know, honey. Yeah, we're earning rent, and we're going to earn stuff for beef next, as well as my grandfather. But if you want to donate to any of those, link in my bio. Yeah, bikini. And I got to get some new bikinis, too, because the last ones I bought have OnlyFans all over them. Obviously, I don't do that. But, side note, I am going to work on my appeal this week because I haven't really cared about it, but I do know that that will bring in an extra, like, at least $3,000 a month. So that would be nice. So yeah, anywhere that I can kind of get revenue coming in is what I'm trying to get going, because I hope by next year, none of these issues that I run into, I'll run into next year. Financially speaking, health speaking, I'll still be in the same home, but it'll just be such an upgrade, and I'm always trying to upgrade everything. There's always improvement needing in my life, so no shame about that. I'm gonna eat this cereal bowl. 3K a month? Damn, sign me up. Do it. Make an account right now. Your main clients are gonna be men, but I mean, I think all of y'all could easily. I don't think there's any ugly men in the group, the Discord and everything like that. You could easily make money off your booty cheeks. Trust me. Just trust me. Anyway. Most men just don't want their demographic to be men because it's hard for them to do like dirty talk and stuff to other men. But that's where guys don't realize it's like an actual job, That's why I don't message people, because I suck at it. Yeah. And I'm also like too appreciative for people on the sexual side of things. They don't like to be thanked for things. It's really weird. So it's very awkward for me because I want to thank people for these donations, but I'm like, okay, thank you. But I'm super excited. I'm excited for this month because my health is getting better. I hope I'll go back to the dance floor if you say so. I hope to God it's my last month being gimpy. I really do. I'm positive this candida is the route to getting better. I don't know. I really think it is. But we'll see. If there's still like, I just couldn't imagine. Like, I think the garlic will take care of a good amount of this, but that's why it's nice to get this tomorrow. Because if there's like an antibiotic that they would, let me look this up. I wonder. Because I'm pretty positive they would just prescribe like an antibiotic for that. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so stoked. I bought, I want to tell TikTok people too. So I bought groceries today. Shout out to Zorby for helping with that because he took care of my car bill. And I was able to get some food for the week, which was so lovely because I was fucking panicking about that. But Zorby, you're fucking amazing. I got these pot stickers from Aldi's, and they have pork ones, and you guys know how I feel about pork. But I love pot stickers, and it's hard to find like just all chicken and veggie pot stickers. Aldi's has chicken and veggie pot stickers, but also they have pork and veggie pot stickers. And I'm so excited to freaking try them. I know, I'm so excited because I have rice of my own. I have jasmine rice. And just some rice and pot stickers sound really nice. After making all that teriyaki chicken, I'm just like really feeling the Asian foods lately. What do doctors use to treat candida overgrowth? For most adults, the initial recommended antifungal treatment is capsofungin micafa given through the vein. Fluconazole, whatever that. I've seen this before. I've taken this before. Oh, you know what? I have. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on. This is so interesting. I just connected a huge dot in my life. Oh my God! I could cry right now. Oh my God. Okay, so hear this. Okay, so no, it's not a steroid. Well, it might be. I don't know. It says antifungal. I do know that steroids are really bad for fungus and stuff like that. So here's some things that Smiles, welcome in. This might get a little confusing, so if you lose track, tell me so I can catch you up if you care. Okay, so I take steroids for my rheumatoid arthritis. I've always been really responsive to them, but it's always a hit or miss. Some days I've noticed that if I take steroids that I actually feel worse. And I've always wondered like what the hell's going on with that, right? And now that my diet's kind of the same thing every day, I don't have that issue, but now I know that it was probably because I was eating different things on different days, you know? So the medicine, I'm going to show you guys this on Twitch so that you guys can kind of see a visual. The medicine that I took as a kid, I had a really bad staph infection. I got MRSA in my bones. So I looked up like if they use this medicine for treating staph infection or not, and MRSA and stuff, and they do. And that's what's over here. And so I was like reading through these and stuff like that. Used to improve survival in patients with septic shock and stuff like that. Remember when I fucking told you? Remember when I told y'all that when I would take this antibiotic, my joints would feel better? And they've treated me for septic shit because I would have a blood infection. So I almost guarantee you that they gave me this medicine right here for not only MRSA, but for the blood infection that I would continually get through my life just randomly. And then I would tell them, hey, my joints feel better after taking this antibiotic. And they're like, no, that's impossible. That would make so much fucking sense if it's just nothing but a fungal overgrowth happening in my body. And which happens when you look up like information about fungal overgrowth, that can happen from just people being in like really impoverished areas. And if you have an autoimmune illness like myself, I've had it since forever, it's hereditary, you are more prone to having these things happen to your body because of that shit. So yeah, I'm really fucking curious now. So I'm so excited. I really hope they treat me tomorrow with some antifungal antibiotics tomorrow, and we'll see how my joints feel from there. Oh my God, you guys, if I die, someone take care of my dogs. So I was thinking of a point in, back in last week, like, I love the conspiracy stuff, but because I value my life, I don't want to step too much into it. But because I talk about this stuff so openly and I connect these dots just by intuitionally guiding myself and stuff like that and reading shit, informing myself, which is so important. Please, guys, do your research on everything. Oh my God, do it, please. Because I've been letting these doctors gaslight me, and I knew there was something going on, you know? So, but not with what they say. But here's the thing is they've always told you, you know, that it's not curable. And I don't think it's curable. I think you'll always have an autoimmune illness. I do think that these flares can go down to nothing and you can live a flare-free life. As opposed to medicine, medicine allows you to eat like crap while maybe having a flare-free life. Some of us don't get so lucky. But, you know, all I can say through this is what's really helped my health is making sure that my gut microbiome shit is going well. I think this will wrap up the rest of what I need to feel better. And now that I know these things, I can go into this next phase of my life really intentionally living the way I need to live to be able to, because there's no way I can run a restaurant and help people with feeling sick. The only reason why I was able to make all those meals is because, and side note, I was able to stand in the kitchen for like 6 hours making all of those meals. That's like unheard of. I haven't done that in so long. So that's so exciting to me. So I'm really hoping, I am so like fingers crossed that this is going to be kind of like the topper off. And that's why the garlic works so well, because garlic is like a natural fungal kind of treatment. And that's why when I eat more garlic, I feel better. And the doctors have been like gaslighting the hell out of me. Like the garlic is like insane. He even insulted me. He's like, yeah, we don't know how many carrots you need to eat to get your inflammation out. I'm like, you fucking idiot. You don't eat carrots for inflammation. Shows what you know, doctor. Just kidding. Zubaka, welcome in. My joints are doing better, Brian. How are you doing? Welcome, 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 everyone. But yeah, I'm so curious. I am so curious about this. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And it's an early morning appointment. So I get to get it kind of out of the way, and that's it. Also, side note, you guys, when we do streams, I need to add the mods on the TikTok thing to the mods on the group for Discord. No adding keywords. I noticed someone added a keyword to my stream earlier this morning. I'm not going to say who. It's not a big deal. I don't like keywords. Even when people are mean to me about my hair, my eyebrows, I appreciate the sentiment of like if someone came, like a group of people came in like trolling me about my eyebrows, and then you guys would block the word eyebrows, you know? But because people come in also complimenting my eyebrows, I wouldn't want to. Like, I just avoid all keywords because my traffic is so fluctuating that I just don't want anything else to add to the fluctuating of traffic as is. You know what I mean? So, I just want to remind y'all, most of y'all are pretty good about it, but no keywords. I don't really care about that stuff too much, so you don't have to even worry about that. It's whatever. With my dad is my, oh my God. Welcome in, Joshua. But yeah, anyway, I'm so excited for tomorrow's appointment. Just because the doctor in the office, I don't know if you guys heard this, but I have this rash. See this? The doctor said that this looks fungal. I've been fucking saying this forever. Every time I get off of steroids, I taper down, this rash happens. And I'm like, the steroids are covering up for this. That's masking. Duh. And so, and even more so when I get constipated, my joints flare up, and that makes me wonder if like the poop that's blocked up so sorry, but like I wonder if that like feeds the fungal stuff, you know, or like the microbiome gets like a little haywire in there or something, you know what I mean? It's all connected. It really is. It spread out, yeah. So it's getting worse. So that's why I wanted to make that appointment, because it's here and it seems like it's growing rapidly. I don't want it on my butthole or anything. I'm scared. But garlic kills a lot of bad stuff. Yes, it does. Jesse, welcome in. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize they're sick from mold and stuff. Yes, that too, Kenny. And I've been saying that. I've literally been telling him, you know, in the area that I was in was filled with black mold. And I started getting these like random things on my For You page. And that's where like, I feel like intuitionally and like energetically the universe was sending me these fucking things, because I would get these things on my For You page. I never learned about this. It would just randomly come to me about mold toxicity and how it shows up in your body as an autoimmune response kind of shit. And I kept telling them that I had these exact like kind of shit going, and they're like, no, there's not much evidence. And I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening, you know? I'm trying to get a license, hopefully. I know you said that last time. How's that going? How's that going for you? Have you been able to drive it around and stuff? I'm proud of everyone who shares their journey. Well, thank you, Kenny. I appreciate you. Bruh, just think of the cheese. Of cheese. Dreg Vega, welcome back. But yeah, so he told me that this looks like fungal something, which is candida overgrowth, which is, I've been trying to tell them, like, I think it's candida overgrowth mixed with like maybe some mold symptoms or something. And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, you guys are such bitches, I swear to God. I can't wait to walk in there. And I feel like I just need to kick the door down and then kick them in the face. Like, I can kick really high when my hips are fine. I can reach their face. I got a tag, a title insurance, happy about holy. I know. Oh my God, dude. Literally. That's why I say be easy on yourself. Like, if you don't have a car, car payments are not just car payments. It's car payments or just buying the car. Registration, everything, including like the license plate and everything, what goes down with that. If you don't have a license, then you got to get a license, and there's shit involved with that. And then on top of that, you have the maintenance fees and everything like that. And you know what I hate even more? I love these newer cars. Like, I like all the sensors that the new cars have. My Mini Cooper has one. And someone asked me to do a review on my Mini Cooper, and I will. But I've been driving it for a while now, so now I kind of know things I like and don't like. All these sensors, I know these mechanics nowadays complain about that, is that these sensors are all electrical. And when you're like more traditionally trained mechanic like myself, but no, I'm not a mechanic, but I do my own car work. So this is where it frightens me, because I'm not electronically inclined. I stay away from electronics. That's just not my thing. I haven't ever tried, but it frightens me. So it's bad. It can spread, especially with humidity. Can it? Yeah, and that's where, like, my dog's ear, Beef, he's had a really bad ear infection, so I thought they gave him antibiotics for an ear infection, and it didn't really clear anything up, so I'm thinking there might be just, like, candida overgrowth amongst us all. We were all in a bad environment, so it might be that mold contributed to that. I don't know. And I keep trying to tell the doctors that, and they just dismiss it every time. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. What is this mind fuckery? I need a backup cam for my truck side. It hurts to turn my neck. Oh my goodness. Ugh, I don't blame you, dude. That is such a smart idea, though. They do have some on TikTok for like $20. I got one. If you want to use the link in my bio, or not the link in my bio, I have one in the TikTok on my page from TikTok shop that they sent me. I haven't used it yet, okay? I'll let you know how it is, but it comes with like a 32 gigabyte card, and it's got a front facing, and then back, like, so it faces the rear. But they do sell ones that like clip to the back of the thing and have like a little screen. So that same company, if you go through them, they have, otherwise they sell it on TikTok shop. Either way, you can find tons of them. I really like TikTok shop. So it's really affordable, and if you want to save $1 or $2, I recommend looking on there and seeing what you can find in general for the rear view cameras. Because like I said, mine that has like the front and back camera, it hangs on the windshield, mine does. But it has a little screen. It's really small, so if you're having trouble turning your neck, I'm not sure. I would like to think I would want a bigger screen, so I'm not sure if my one that I have would be perfect for you, but they do have other ones. But yeah, that would have been helpful for myself during the time my neck hurt. Did you, Bubba's? Hell yeah. Yeah, I love TikTok Shop. I really think they're slowly going to take over Amazon. I really do. And see, I made a video saying that, and then I had fucking dudes coming on there being like, no, and watch, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is what I mean. I see the pattern recognition is strong with this one. I'm going to get a bumper sticker that says caution elderly driver. This is funny. Monkey, hello, welcome in. Yeah, even when I was in school, I remember like there was one time when my teacher, Miss Espinito, fucking bitch, I hated that lady. She was always mean to me. You know, teachers that like, It's almost like they can tell you grasp something they don't, and then they make you feel dumb about it. So we were dissecting Hotel California, the song, and she's like, "What are some patterns that you guys are like seeing in the thing?" And I was like trying to point out a pattern that I saw, and she's like, "What? What?" I'm like, "Okay, never mind. Forget it. Forget it." Alberta Wookie, hello, welcome in. Her name, she was my English teacher, but just in general, she was the only teacher I've ever had that made me feel stupid. Most of my teachers were pretty good. Um, Yesterday, I forgot to tell you guys this story that happened yesterday. So I have it on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's funny. It's in my video where I'm passing out food. So I was going into a parking lot, and it was a two-way driving area. And I didn't know that I could just turn right, so I ended up making a U-turn. But I was in an In-N-Out parking lot area, kind of, and so this lady, she's coming out of this, she's fucking old Karen bitch, and she's coming out of In-N-Out, and my window's down. I'm doing nothing, and I'm all the way over. Okay. There's nothing crazy about how I'm like in her lane or anything. As a matter of fact, she's more close to me than anything, and she's in this large SUV type vehicle. And so I'm sitting there just waiting for her to pass by me so I can make a U-turn. And she's like, "Get over," like telling me to move over. And I'm like, "Bitch." So anyway, I didn't do anything about it, but at that moment, but then I flipped a U-turn right after her. Right. And as I flipped a U-turn, I see her still ahead of me, and swear jar. And I'm like, I'm just going to follow her. I'm just going to kind of like scare her. I know she has a burger in her car. I'm going to kind of like follow her in hopes that she'll think I'm following her and drive around for a long time to avoid me so that her burger gets cold. So we did just that. And for a bit, I was doubting myself. I was like, I don't know. I think she thinks I'm following her. I think she knows that I am. I was like, nah, she doesn't. Because in Arizona, people drive pretty fast. Like 60 on a 45 is normal. But that's what she was doing. And I was like, I think she thinks I'm following her, but I don't know. But there was a point where I knew she was because she ran a red light. She was speeding. She was going like fucking 60 to all of a sudden 75, 80, and then ran a red light. And I was like, oh yeah, shit. She definitely knows I'm following her. Which obviously that's what I wanted. Like, don't be a bitch like that, okay? Because first off, I could have been crazy. I mean, that's kind of crazy in general, but I could have been crazier, okay? I could have been strapped. I could have been having a fucked up day. And what? Skirt? And the thing is I was laughing about it to myself because from her point of view, she's like, get over. And she just sees me flip a bitch and follow her, That's really wasn't the intent. I was just trying to get out of the parking lot, and I had nothing to do but pass out food. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to follow this lady, kind of scare her a little bit because she was a bitch. So I did that, and it was very amusing. But yeah, honestly, I don't get, like, it's always the Karens, though. She was like some older lady. She had to be like 59 to 65, white looking, Michelle looking Karen kind of lady. And it's always, and of course you're going to do that in your car, like, because you can get away, you think. And it was so amusing. So I didn't really show the video of it. I kind of tried to, like, occasionally while driving. But I was doing like gameplay, like I was talking about it on the video. So, I really had nothing better to do. And I wasn't like at the end goal, I wasn't trying to, hurt her or anything. I was just trying to drive her as far away from where she was to make her burger cold and frighten her a little bit. But here's the thing. I would never react like that. I think she's done this before, and that's why she's fucking scared like that, because she opens her freaking mouth to people in rude-ass ways like that more than once, because people will follow me. Men follow me on my motorcycle. Never once do I start speeding and acting frantic like that. Imagine a dude saying this shit. I would laugh hard as hell. If a dude did this, if any of my dudes on stream told the same story, I'd be like, hell yeah, serves that bitch right. Too many fucking old white people think they can say whatever the hell they want and then just make a quick escape. No! Eat your words! So anyway, my end goal was really just to make her food cold, and we drove like, I don't know, half an hour out. There's no way where we went, there's no way she lived down there because there was an In-N-Out right by where I ended up getting off. And if she lived down there, then she would have gone to that In-N-Out. So I assume she's gonna have to double back to where she was, you know. But like I said, I think she probably has done that before. That's probably something common that she does. It's fun. It's fun. Give you daps. Yeah, usually I get dudes who will follow me in their car videoing me on my motorcycle and shit. Pick our battles. Yeah, usually I don't do that. That's the first time I've ever done that. But I was like, you know what? I've got time today. I've got all the time. And I've got a fresh tank of gas. I literally just gassed up. Because, like, I didn't do anything. I was all the way over. And if this wench would have fucking realized that, don't drive a vehicle so big. Tiger Lily, welcome in, and thank you. Don't drive a vehicle that big if you can't handle, you know. But people in Arizona are like that. And usually I don't approach people like that because people do stay strapped here. You never know who the fuck you're going to be messing with. But her, I could tell, no way. And secondly, she would be scared immediately if we were right here face to face. She's in her car. Of course, she's got the balls, you know. So let me go, skirt. Anyway, that's what I did. Gibbozilla, welcome in. Anger and anger leads to the dark side. Jess, you know what? I feel like getting froggy. What does that mean? I say get froggy with it. Whatever that means. Get froggy with it. All right, Albino Wookie. Sounds good. My inbox is always open. I don't know if Discord... Do you have a Facebook, Albino Wookie? Let me know. Facebook is like my best way to reach me, but just feel free to always message me if you need something. I need to check my Discord better with the messages. But no need to apologize. Taking care of yourself is a good thing. Proud of you for doing it. You'll be my thoughts. I'm sending you good energy. What kind of bike do you have? I have a R3. Or a prison sentence. I had a Ninja 300. Someone stole it. I cried. Froggy fight. That what it means. Thug life. Hell yeah. I love that. I didn't know that. Yeah, I have a R3. I love it, dude. My Ninja 300, I had a sprocket. So the rear sprocket, the stock tooth count was 42. The sprocket that I had when it got stolen, it was a fresh kit too. It was a 62-inch sprocket. It cost me so much. It was like $250 with the new chain and everything. Yeah, that thing though, the only reason why I'm not mad about it so much is because the R3 that I have, all the work that I put, it was dyno tuned. The ECU was like tuned for racing, or was it ECM? Which one is it? Is it the ECU or ECM? I don't remember. I get those two confused. The little computerized thingy. That was tuned for racing, and then I had like that fat sprocket. So it was a zippy little thing. ECM. Okay, there we go. What does it stand for? I miss hanging out. I know. We miss you too, Kenny. Kenny. Fuel map. Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever that is tuned for racing by this dude who tuned like racing bikes. Electronic control module. Okay. Electric module control. Okay, same thing pretty much. I gotcha. I'm writing out my KT. I have electronics for license starters. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, this R3, it's way spunkier. Like, I have not even tried to do a wheelie on it because it's so spunky. It scares me a little bit. But what I think the Ninja 300 is actually, I think it's a 290 or 296 cc. And let me look at this. I think the R3 is like maybe 305 cc. Let me see. Let me look here. Ugh! 321 cc. No shit, damn. And that's not a lot, but like I don't think I'll ever graduate out of the 300. I might make it to the 400 range. Like I might make it. But the Ninja 300 is under 300 cc. It's like 296 cc. So it would make sense to me with those extra cc's with the R3 that I have that extra oomph to do the wheelies, but I have not done wheelies on this bike yet because A, she's so beautiful and she's very powerful. Like I underestimated her quite a bit, but she's so fun. I can't wait to be back on the bike. But I I want to make sure the first time I do a wheelie that I have like a cage and everything on there, because just to protect everything. That's enough for the twisties. Oh, I'm so good at the twisties. I'm so good at them. That's why I love going to Jerome. The ride up there is really twisty. We just talking about getting lost after the ECM. Oh, it's just, when you buy a quad or anything, they size them by cc's. So there's like a 300cc series in every line of bikes, essentially. Trip, thank you. Pretty much every bike company makes a version of like 125, 250, 300, but not every company that has a 300, it's not always 300 cc's. So the Yamaha that I have now, it's 321 cc's, whereas the 300 that I had before, made by Kawasaki, is 296 cc's. So, and that's where it's like, now I understand why there is a little more oomph to the bike that I have now, but I love that. I wanted an upgrade, so I guess, I got an upgrade, which I love even more because I wanted to upgrade my car, and you guys told me that I have a turbo, and now every time I listen out I hear the, and I love that. I remember when I was in Colorado, I had my apartment in Colorado when I was trying to go the holistic route through the, cannabis way. But there would be someone who lived past me, an apartment complex past me, in a little Subi that had such a loud turbo that had the release thingy, yeah, this, and I would hear it from my living room, where you just hear the and then the stuttering, and I loved it. I never knew what it was then, and then one of my guy friends, I was like, someone keeps driving by, like, what is that sound that I'm hearing, And you know what I also learned? So I said it in one of my YouTube videos, but I'm like, every time I'm at a light, I hear people like restart their car when we go for a drive. Is that like a thing now? Like, I didn't know that was a feature, but apparently that is a feature now, that Fiber, welcome back, that cars nowadays like shut off at lights. I didn't know that. Because I was like, am I hearing these cars like turn on when we go for a drive? Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Wouldn't that like wear out your engine or like be worse to save gas? But see, like, I always thought starting up actually used more gas than anything. Like, I thought the initial startup used a lot of gas. Unless that's like an older car kind of thing. The eco feature cuts the combustion part of it. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Well, okay, sounds good, Kenny. Take care of yourself, my dear, okay? Sending lots of love to you. Thank you for hanging out for a bit. Belmir, welcome back. Monday was good. Today was a good day. I hope your day was good. I thought that's how it worked, but I thought maybe old wives' tale. Right. It's eco auto start, really annoying. I turned mine off. Mine luckily doesn't have that. If you idle for 10 seconds, it equals it out. Interesting. Is that really a beneficial feature? They beef up starter to handle it. Okay. Yeah, is that really a beneficial feature though? The moment you press the gas, it goes on like nothing. Okay, so you don't feel that, at least. But you don't keep a car in for extended periods without driving. Save resources. Oh. Which I guess in turn saves the planet, right? I don't know. Yeah, I've learned a lot about cars recently, which is nice. I love learning about cars, and I'm not so much in the car whatever crowd anymore, because it's usually just full of thirsty dudes, and I just don't have time for that. So I don't really learn as much unless it's like presented to me, So I've learned a little bit about cars this week again, and it feels nice. But also I was just saying, with the sensors and these new cars, my sensor the other day kept saying that my car door was open while I was driving. It wasn't. So I stood there in a fucking parking lot for like an hour, opening and shutting every door. And then reading online, like, how do I fix this? And it's something about the wiring is getting loose. What I imagine is, I don't know who had the car before me. Some people like to hang on doors. I imagine, like, someone getting into the passenger, and like maybe your dad or like your friend kind of hangs on the door before, leaving or something like that. I don't fucking know. On the sensor or bad wire. Okay. Yeah, that's what it said, is like something with the wiring, and that's my downfall. I fucking suck at It's just because I only say I suck at it because I took the ASVAB when I was younger, and that's the part that I really failed at was the electronics. To be fair, I didn't know anything about electronics. I hardly know much about grounding. Every time I have to fucking do my battery, I have to look up, okay, which one am I supposed to put on first again so I don't fucking shock myself? I think it's the positive now. I've done it so many times. I know now, but like the speedy, hello, no crab mentality. I do that. Yeah. Yeah, so that sensor, but it's not going on today. Black then red is how I do it. I always thought my positive one was red. No, I don't know how I do it. I always look it up because, see, I'm unsure even now, and like I don't feel comfortable being unsure. I would rather just look it up and be positive. You know what I mean? So, oh my God, I can't wait to ride my motorcycle. I'm so excited for this doctor's appointment tomorrow. And she's a lady doctor. She's nice. I like her. Positive is red. Okay. Wait, so are you supposed to put the black for the negative first? I thought you were supposed to do the positive first. I could be wrong, but like I said, this is why I look it up literally every time. And he's not passing the inspection because could afford a new car. I never had that problem, but that's interesting. Where like don't touch unless you specifically wire in person when working. That's how I kind of think of it. Wiring, like, to me, red first. Okay. I switch it up often. Oh, okay. I thought there was like a very specific way you had to do it. I always get scared. I always get Yeah, I think you're supposed to do the red first. Red to red, and then the black to black. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so that sensor was going off in the car telling me my car door was open, but today it was fine. So I don't know what the fuck that was about. But this thing has 110,000 miles on it almost already. So, because I did buy it used. But I hope it will last to 300,000. A lot of y'all were telling me that, hopefully. Just don't touch the metal parts. No, touch them all. James, thank you for the follow. Something with how electricity is so kills you in a million different ways, and it's borderline random. That's still science and follows rules. There's too much rules for a majority of people to mentally map. Yeah, it's something that I'm not interested in, so it's not something that I want to tackle. Maybe when I start building my commune or like, because that's something I want to be hands-on with. I want to be building those homes and stuff like that. I want to learn about electricity more. I do want to know, I want to incorporate natural electric currents through gardening. There's a whole science behind like growing larger yields of crops because you run a copper current, a wire through the ground and create a current through your garden, which charges your vegetables and stuff. So that's the kind of method that I would really love to learn about, and I know that's going to help me learn more about electricity. And and I love that. I really truly believe that. I really do. I think the universe, the world always provides the earth everything. My Jeep welded his battery to the chat. What the hell? That's interesting. We're on the same. You good? Hell yeah. I want in. Bet. Yeah, I really hope it'll be. I would love to say within the next 10 years, I get to get started. Do it. Yeah, let me know how it works. I don't think I'll be able to do that anytime within the next 5 years because I do think what I'll set up is a hydroponic station in my kitchen to grow like lettuce and things like that. But I don't think I'm going to tear up this yard or anything and start gardening. And I don't want to do planter beds or anything because I just don't want to lug those to another place. I don't eat many things right now. So the hydroponic station I think will be really good for me for now. But if I'm like worried about feeding like a whole community, that's where that kind of thing, aeroponics is. Aeroponics? What is that no, the hydroponic or whatever. What is it called? Is it aeroponics? It's that tall tower that you fill with water and stuff. Maintenance. But I really hope I'm just really busting my ass with my content creating and stuff like that, sharing the good word of the bird of the word. And I hope that the universe just in return blesses me with the things that I want to do, which I just want to own a restaurant and a bar. This year, I really want to get my financials in a way to where I can pay off all my debt and get my credit score up and then get a loan for a bar. It's kind of like a concept bar. Most are hydroponics. Okay, gotcha. I think that's what I want to do is the hydroponic one because I really struggle with watering so I'm just gonna keep them in water. But someone gift the universe, I wish. But from there, I think that will be a great way for me to the fish plus plants. What? Learn more about business, because I really want to own a restaurant after that. At first, I wanted to own just a restaurant, but I think, starting with a small bar that serves food and alcohol, it gives me a good base work to really know how that kind of side of things is run, but with less money risk. Although I still think it'll be a good $500,000. I still think it'll be worth it. And I know with the marketing that I'm learning with my platforms and stuff, I'll be able to implement that with the bar, and that will get traction, and then the bar will go great, and the bar will open up the restaurant, and because people love the bar, they'll want to go to the restaurant, and the restaurant will fund my life in this sense, where I can help build a community where we can have food that's fresh, and then eventually that food will be farm to table, so that that farm that we have going on and stuff will provide food for my restaurant and my bar. And eventually I want a brewery, and I want to name it Spudgy Knuckles, because that's one of her nicknames. And then I want a cannabis bakery where it's just you can go in and order like baked goods or non-baked goods of medicated kinds. I originally wanted to open that in Colorado. I still might, but those are the places that I want to own and run. But all of it will contribute to my commune and my nonprofit organization. Because I do want to fund that myself. Well, I do know there's loopholes to get tax and whatever cuts, and I'll absolutely do those. I'm not going to do it at the expense of like harming people. Like, how fucking these politicians will, get tax cuts to build a huge building, and they build it for 90 million and it's for free, and they get like all this money. I don't know how they do that, but that's not what I'm trying to do. Like, if I can get tax whatever to be able to fund this project even more, I will. Because I eventually also, if I had the money, I would run a sector of it that caters to the veterans. And that means mental health, housing, physical health, everything, the whole 9 yards. So that's obviously going to be like a multi-billion-dollar project. So that's, 10, 20 years down the line, I'm hoping, with social media and the way things go and with my innovative thoughts. I don't want to say I'm always a trendsetter, but because I don't follow trends, it's more in the sense of like, I'm always ahead of things, so that way I'm ahead of the curve, kind of. That's what I'm saying. And that helps me kind of really predict patterns really easily, because it's like, I don't know how to describe it. And people hate when I say this, and it's not that I think I'm like some not evil genius, some genius and shit like that, but how come you want to do that? Well, the commune thing, I'm curious as fuck. Mainly because with my health, I guess you don't know much, but I have rheumatoid arthritis, like a really bad autoimmune. At this point, I've learned how poisonous the food is. And for me, I just really value community, and I don't really need much in life. I just want a good community. I want a good, stable home to live in. And I want food and, good food. And I think people will naturally work for things if they're provided food and housing. And it's kind of like a social experiment, because I like psychology and stuff like that. So there's so many fronts that it hits on for me, which is the reason why I want to do it, because it helps me. I want to have a farm. I want this to provide for my restaurant and stuff. And I also think that, I can prove just by action that, okay, you want to come into the community? Okay, we'll build you a house. But if we build you a house, it's not going to be anything too extravagant. It's just going to be exactly what you need. How many people are in your home? Okay, 3. Okay, we're going to build you a house enough for 3, just very modest. And what are you interested in? Do you want to work at the Airbnb on the homestead? Do you want to work the fields? Do you want to work the crops, whatever the hell you want to call it, the garden? Do you want to work the cannery? Do you want to work the beekeeping? Do you want to work... Bubba's is going to be over here dressed as an orc, working some blacksmith. Do you want to help Bubba's out? Stuff like that. So, and really, I want to do that because even in that sense, like, I want to just walk around dressed like a fairy on my commune. I walk around my home dressed like a fairy. So if I can get the marketing and like my platforms aimed in a way to where I have 3 million, 10 million, however many followers at this point to do that, and then I utilize that to build money. I'm trying to make this focus. Build money financially to, fund this homestead. And that way, say Bubba's comes in, right? He just wants to do blacksmith work. He knows what he needs to do to get it set up. And he'll have a home. He can set it up with whatever funds he has to set it up. And we'll reach like an agreement where, because he's now part of the homestead, and if he wants to, there'll be a camera just like showing the content that's happening within the homestead. This is the blacksmithing, and that'll be marketing for him as well, to get people over to buy whatever the hell he's blacksmithing over there, and they'll see what he's doing, and so they'll follow his individual channel. And not only does that help with just like, he doesn't have to really interact with the channel, it just helps build followers and income through that channel alone, but also it builds followers to the homestead alone, but also it builds people to come into his personal business and buy from him. And I want people to be able to go outside of the community. It's not like you have to just stay there and be like Amish or something. You can go outside in the real world, go spend this money, go have a vacation, go do whatever you want. I just really want to show that, I relate it to like Monsters Inc., like that they scare people and they end up getting a lot of power from it, but they realize at the end that they make people laugh and there's more power in that, and that's how I see it. Like if I can earn this money, and I don't mind living very modestly, and most billionaires don't even need all that money, so I don't need that money when I die. I would rather put that into something that's going to last lifetimes and prove a point with it. You know what I mean? So that way the base people, they'll be bringing their kids into that, their grandkids into that, and it'll be a beautiful little community that, people who actually want to contribute, they can, and in whatever way they can. Maybe they just want to paint, maybe they just want to do art, maybe they're physically not capable of contributing in the way another one is, maybe they can't be physically working like that, but they make art and they want to run a channel every day with us and whatnot like that. So that's kind of, and I really do believe that at that point I will have studied holistic medicine so much to where people who seek like autoimmune illness recovery and everything can come there and live there for 2-3 years and regenerate their health and things like that. So it's kind of what I want to do, just because I'm sick of fucking seeing these bastard fucking rich ass billionaires kill us, dude. They don't care. And it's so sad how many people fall in line to that. Doctors, just for money. And I just want to prove that you don't have to do shit like that to get money. Money is an energy. Money flows through with how you feel, how you are interacting and everything with it. It's your relationship with money and everything. That's how it comes into you. And I just want to prove that, and the only way to prove it is by, physically doing things. If you type that comedian part of over here, we type of comedian part of town. We'll need to have Wi-Fi. Absolutely, yeah. I cannot live without Wi-Fi. AZ, you'll have easy management medicine. You have a greenhouse run year round. Plus, I think underground homes in the desert. That is so smart, because actually, my uncle Frank, he was like such a genius. His house was partially underground, and it stayed cool so well. I liked sleeping the night over there because my grandparents, which was my grandma's brother, I called him my uncle, but like great uncle, I don't know. My grandparents, they were on a plan to where like they save money for not using the AC. So it'd be so hot that I'd like just sleep with like myself pressed against the wall because I'm so warm. And my Uncle Frank's house, I noticed it was so much cooler, and he was talking to us about because of it being buried underground pretty much. And I was like, I love that. I feel like that's kind of what I need to do in my future, is build like an underground home and stuff. And to be honest, if the apocalypse were to happen or anything, that would be, I feel like we would be more safe than anyone in that community. And, we'll probably have tons of, yep, I can help. Well, stay tuned. You'll have to tag along for quite a few years, but that's all I've wanted in my life. This is like all I've wanted restaurant-wise and everything. And I stand so hard on like finishing shit to the end and just wanting to prove this point that nobody seems to fucking get, and I don't get how they don't see it. Us common folk get it, but these rich people don't. And if I can get myself to the top and show them what you can do, then maybe it will cause the trickle effect. And not only is it happening to me, then it happens to you guys, And I feel like the people who are actually serious about being in the commune are people who really deserve to be there. And I know they'll make a lot of money, and that way they can bless their lives, and then they can bless people in their lives. And that's that trickle effect that I talk about, So yeah, but that's the plan. I've literally wanted this since I was 6. So, and I think, how long have we talked about this on the stream? Every time, I think we talk about this at least once a month. But that's the plan, is to kind of get things like that going. I don't really believe in being horrible with money. I think changing, how much money you make is really important rather than saying you're horrible with money. While there are people who practice bad, like, money habits, I get that. So I'm not trying to, like, enable that. But a lot of times I feel like I tell myself, oh, I need to be better with money when I'm just trying to fucking eat. I'm just trying to get groceries, or I'm just trying to, like, get myself a burrito that lasts me 3 days, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this. Like, it's so much. But, like, I think when you unlock that path of, like, the money flowing in, which I have not yet, I feel like I'm almost there. It does take quite a bit of work, and you get quite a bit of pushback, but it's gonna be so worth it in the end. And especially for me and the main homies who are really serious about this, like, they see my vision and they support it. I'm so fucking stoked for us. You have no idea. Except especially that mod party. We've been talking about it a lot lately, so I feel like it will definitely happen. And thank you, Bubbas. Yeah, that mod party is gonna be so lit. We're gonna need some babysitters. It's gonna be literally the funnest thing ever. I think I'd probably limit, like, the first mod party to, like, 20 people. Yeah, it's not really a mod party, but because I've been doing this and I received, like, quite a bit of hate. And how I originally started was my ONF got shut down, like, right before I was supposed to move into this house. I was in a shitty little apartment, run down. Every time it rained inside my apartment, full of black mold. It'd flood my apartment. I had roaches like crazy. Not just me, the whole complex, because I didn't know what I was moving into. And they had, like, a roach infestation for 8 years, so they were everywhere. Ugh. God, I don't like remembering it. But anyway, so I moved and, like, it got shut down, but I had my platform, so I started streaming and just went into a rent stream. Like, hey guys, I need to earn rent and this is a situation. I was just honest about it. And I found these peeps and they just supported what I got going on. And I told them, like, this is what I kind of want to do. Like, it sucks that this happened, but I've been wanting to push my platform towards this direction for years, but I knew I'd get a lot of hate. I knew, like, people don't want to hear this. When they look at me, the only thing they want to do is sexualize me. And that's why I do these platforms for, like, photo shoots and stuff, because that's been my life. It's not that I think I'm, like, the hottest shit in the world. It's just because anytime I've talked to any kind of, not any, but, like, majority people in my life, they just sexualize the hell out of me. And that includes women. It doesn't mean, like, they're imagining me naked, but they see me as, like, a sexual threat or whatever the hell. So I might as well just make that a platform, make money off of it. But that got shut down, so I had to just jump into something. And so, because I had my platform covering me for rent with the lewd stuff, I didn't really care to focus on what I really wanted to do because I was already covered and I was complacent. I'll be honest with you. I was very comfortable. And being comfortable and complacent can be very much the death of you. And I really have big goals for myself, and I just think that was the universe pushing me to, do more and be more how I want to be. And so I took that leap of faith and did it, and we were able to make that month of donations. And I think the next month we didn't, but it was late, so I was able to make it back to back the following month, like towards the end of that month. And I just been slowly building the community through that. Every time we did the rent streams, I just told them, like, what my mission was, what I want to do, and what I've been wanting to do since fucking 6 years old. So and luckily, like, I've really cultivated this life to propel myself towards this direction. Like, it's not like I have to quit a job or anything like that. Like, I've been working on this. So I really feel like this year is going to be the year to propel myself. Like, the launch of all my platforms going real big and just things going real well. And finally next year, they'll just be in different motion. But for those people who have stuck with me, a lot of them are mods. So, like, Zorby's a mod, Bubbas is a mod. They've been here since, like, the beginning of time. But a lot of the people that I would invite also are not mods. Joe, Papa Julian, I think Mark's a mod. But there's a lot of people who've been here from the beginning of time that I would invite to this. But I just call it a mod party. But it's just a party that I want to have, like, fly people out, just kind of like convention style, and rent a hotel or, like, some rooms for us. And, have a nice big dinner, a big banquet feast, lots of good drinks, lots of Zaza, and have some good times, meet each other, hang out, and, whatever. I don't know. I originally wanted to do it, like, during a Christmas time thing. I'm not, like, dead set on that being the first one. I definitely want to do that, like, every year, assuming that I would keep making traction and keep building. the first mod party is not going to be the last. Like, it will be a yearly thing, and I hope like the second or third one I'll be able to do like a Santa Claus movie themed one, because I love that movie, and I love where he just like gets everybody's like nostalgia gifts, and it's just like magically under the tree, you know. And I would love to do that for like my friends in here, because like I imagine like Bubba's, like maybe he has like a family by then, and like I can treat him and his family to like a beautiful Christmas. So just give me your Christmas wish list, we'll get that taken care of. You guys just show up, the tickets taken care of, the rooms taken care of, the food's taken care of, you know, because those are the people who really supported my dream. And I don't have, like, I have my father and I have my grandfather, but my grandfather thinks I'm fucking nuts. He supports me, but he thinks I'm nuts. So I've really had to just mitigate shit by myself, and my father is not really someone I can rely on for this stuff, but he supports me. He doesn't have the money or anything, like connections like that, so I got to find this way on my own, and I'm trying to. So those people who've just really believed in my journey and been about it, that's the best way I could think to thank them is, you know, at least yearly you can rely on a vacation on me, and maybe every year the destination will change or something. But, yeah, it's been really great, because I have not had this kind of support. I've not met this kind of like good people in my life until now, and it really required me to be so authentic and just truly like honest, vulnerable, transparent, everything you could think of. And the amount of hate I get is ridiculous, but is what it is. I just look forward to the bigger things that I'm trying to accomplish here. So I've been around quietly lurking for a while. Well, hell yeah. Well, I'm glad you're in here chatting with us. Has the hospital started catering to people there? Kind of be open of details. Had tours of shops and party bus. Hell yeah. Yeah, that'd be so fun. Like, I would love to just do like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you're back home by Monday, you know, kind of thing. But just like rent out a few hotel rooms, you know, however many is needed, you know, 20, whatever. Some people might be fine sharing a room, whatever it is. But yeah, and then just have some activities planned. I do know I want like a big dinner together, because you guys know how I feel about food. I would like the first mod party. I think I said the first one I want to do actually is I want to do it at an Airbnb. I think that one will probably be like a bigger Airbnb, obviously. But I think it'd be really fun to do on an Airbnb, because it'd be nice to have like a little bonfire or like a little campfire kind of thing going on, and like stock the kitchen so that people could cook, and like we could have some late night snacks and cook together, because my love language is cooking. I know a lot of y'all like to cook, and I think it'd be fun to wake up and like maybe some people are already up making breakfast. Like, that would definitely be me, so I know I'd be up in the kitchen. But I think it'd be fun if I woke up and people were all as well in the same mindset, ready to cook and in the kitchen cooking and everything like that. So I think it'd be really fun to do it at an Airbnb for the first time, and just have like a really big kind of like cabin style Airbnb going on, and just have like a good camp barbecue cookout that first night, and just have, you know, activities planned. If they want to go off do their own thing, that's fine, but we'll have this at this time, this at this time, and this at this time, you know, and feel free to join. It's on me kind of thing. Grilling bricky at 4 a.m. Oh my God, yeah. And those are the times where like when I'm around people and drinking, that's where I can drink a lot, because if there's a lot of food, like people are cooking, like cookouts like that, I can drink socially really well. So that's where I can actually hang. But when I'm by myself, I just chug beers and I forget to eat and I forget to drink water. And Monkey, welcome in. I haven't seen you for a bit. I'm glad to see you back. Well, actually, I haven't been on here for a bit, so I do apologize. But yeah, I do know like it'd be nice, because I can actually have a few more beers, because I know that there's gonna be people fucking grilling, cooking. You know, there's gonna be tons of food. So, and those are the times where like I'll probably hang till the morning, pull an all-nighter, have another beer, or maybe I'm not a fan of Bloody Marys, but I swear to God, I feel like I could make one that I would like. I really do, because every time I think of one and it sounds good, but I've never had one that I've liked, unfortunately. But yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I want for the first one. The first one's going to be more small, you know, intimate gathering, I guess, because we're getting to know each other. But the second one will be more fun. Not more fun, like more spread out, because, you know, maybe Zorby, Joe, and Bubba's are all fine with sharing a room at that point, because we met each other at the last year's event, you know, something like that. So I'm just kind of like brainstorming. I don't really have a plan in place, but I do know I want to do a mod party. I don't know when that will happen. obviously. I still got to get cookies out. I hope this month I got to get cookies out to you guys. I think I might be able to because I don't think it'll cost more than like 50 to $100. We fed the homeless people. We're getting rent taken care of early, so I think we'll be able to get some cookies out to you guys. I snore like a bear, y'all. That's okay. Yeah, it's gonna be lit though. That would be like one of the funnest things ever. Share one with Bubba's? I know. Don't cuddle too hard, y'all. Don't have too much fun. No babies, okay? I don't want any of y'all getting pregnant on my trip, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna eat this cereal bowl again. Yeah. But yeah, that's the plan. We all getting pregnant. Oh my glob. Oh my glob. Anyway, happy Monday, y'all. I hope everyone's having a good fucking day. I just want to say thanks for adding to my day, making it spectacular here on Twitch. We'll be on Twitch more, so I appreciate y'all hanging with me while I've been hella inconsistent and getting my shit together for a bit. Ugh. It is good cereal. I gotta top up though. Yeah, shout out to Zorby because now I can focus on. I got groceries today. All I gotta do is focus on paying off my loan this week. Not paying it off, but I have like a payment to make, and then my rent, get it taken care of early. And I really hope that painting sells. Just help me manifest if someone buys that painting. It's a very retro style painting that I'm gonna do. So I'm really looking forward to it. And it's kind of like abstract, as you guys know. If you guys are on Twitch, I'll show you kind of like who inspires my artwork. So what I like to do is like basic outlines like this. Like, as you can tell, I like bold outlines. That's one of my styles with my artwork. So I'll find like a character, or I'll just find a design and I'll do like a bold outline of that. And then usually what I like to do is background, like abstract. So one of my favorite tattoo artists ever, his name is Zoil. He's a Russian, I think, tattoo artist. Or, I don't know. But this is the kind of work he does. It's very abstract. Oh, you guys can't see. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't want to be on Reddit. I hate Reddit. I'm going to move this over for you guys to see. Hold on. So, let me move this chat box up a little bit. I need to flip a few things too. Flip a few things like for like furniture. I'm thinking about having my first yard sale this month too, because now that you say that, I forgot that I have like a sub from my old car. Oh, this is sick. Look at this. That's cool as fuck. But this is the kind of artwork that he does. I love it. Oh my god, do I? Very abstract, very you know, I love this style with the text in the background. So that's kind of like my style with like say just like a Hello Kitty outline of like an outline of Hello Kitty in front of this text, and maybe this like bar of like gradient colors and like some of these geometrical. That's what I've always really loved about his style is it's always kind of given me gent, like degent, but in tattoo form. Like he's very geometrical. He always has been. He's been very much, you know, that's kind of how his style started, and I've always loved it so much. So this is like a big influence on my art, and yeah, he's a fantastic artist. So his it's XOIL if you want to check him out. But when I was apprenticing for tattooing, right, one of the assignments that Manny gave me, my tattoo artist, is to like, you know, start researching some artists and find some artists that you really like their style. And he mentioned Zoil, and I looked up Zoil, and I was like, dude, I fucking love this. Because one of the pictures I drew, he was like, this reminds me of Zoil a little bit. And I was like, I don't know who that is. So I looked him up, and I was like, oh my god, I love this, you know. So that really just influenced, and I was 18 at the time, so that just really influenced a lot of my art and the direction that I've really kind of driven myself. So yeah. But this month I really hope for my best month yet. So last month I made a good amount, and I hate talking about this because I feel like I'm gonna get hate for this because people think, like, someone already commented on Facebook. They're like, "Wait, you asked for money, but I mean, actually, I don't mind talking about it right now because we have a small crowd, and you guys know." But one guy was like, "Oh, you asked for money on the blah blah blah, but on the internet or whatever, but you can feed 90 people." First off, it cost me $108 to feed almost 100 people. I only ran out of rice. That was the only dilemma I had. Other than that, we got more than enough. I had more than enough. I still have chicken frozen in my freezer. And I still have a huge thing of chicken that I'm now feeding the dogs, which is A-okay to me. I knew there'd be leftover chicken. But the only thing that I ran short of was rice. So it cost me literally, I could probably have fed 200 people with what I had if I got a little more rice. So it cost me $100 to get all that ingredients. Mark spent a good amount getting the containers and stuff like that. But I didn't want to get like a lecture from some dude online, because if I told them that, and like I live on a paycheck to paycheck kind of basis. I don't get paychecks, right? But like I don't have a savings. I don't, I live for the long-term outcome. And I know most people are about short-term. It doesn't make sense to someone when they're about short-term when you try to explain this long-term outcome kind of philosophy that I have, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I know I'm not rich right now. I know I'm not wealthy. I know I'm not, but I want to do these things, and I can't just wait till I'm wealthy to do these things. I have to start now so that the people know what I'm about and what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? And while it might not make sense to people in the outside world, it makes sense to me because this is part of what I want to do for my career and just in general for my life, And so to me, even though I don't have rent, I save a portion of my earnings to give back to my community because I kind of correlate it to like paying tithing, I don't believe in church from the religious standpoint, but from the philosophy standpoint, I do. I appreciate the fact that, giving back to your community because the community is there to support you and, help these things happen for you, is such a powerful thing. And you guys have been my community, and a lot of y'all don't even care to have the money back, and you guys just support what I'm doing. So the best I can do is just give back to the community and follow through with what I'm trying to do, because a lot of y'all pay because you guys believe in that journey and whatever the fuck. Grimbo, hello. So that hard. Oh my god. Oh, Poppy, welcome and thank you. So I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that, through that, I'll just prove to people, and it's not even just proving it to myself, it's proving it to others, that, you invest in yourself, and it's not about the instant gratification. The thing about our life now, and I think that's what the Bible tries to preach, is, with the deadly sins and whatever, I feel like I don't know where it would fall, but that instant gratification is so detrimental if you fall in that trap, because not a lot of things manifestation wise happen instantly, and you got to get out of that mindset of like, instantly things will happen for you. And a lot of people abandon things because they think instantly it should happen, and if it doesn't, it's not meant to be, and things like that. But if you really feel in your heart that you want this, you will continue to strive for it, and the universe will continue to show up where you show up for it. You can't just say, yeah, I want this, and then expect to just show up one day for it. Like, the way I think of it is, I want a restaurant, and I think at this point it'd be a $4 or $5 million startup cost restaurant. It's quite a big restaurant, and it's quite a big concept. So while it would be lovely to be granted all of that money, I don't think at that age I would have had the skill to manage that money, nor would I have I don't even know if I have the skill to do that now, but I would most certainly hire an accountant. But like, there's a lot of things I'm unseasoned in, so I think though, having myself have time, and I know where I'm going, I know what I want to do, I know it's going to happen, and I'm just rolling with time, because the more time that happens, I'm learning more and more, and it's only going to benefit me. But I really just try to study the best I can to make my platforms pop off, and I feel like my YouTube's going to pop off soon, so I'm hopeful for that, and I'm looking forward to that. But it's, you know, it's a slow process, but Mr. Beast started slow too. He's a big inspiration of mine as well. And I love that he is wealthy as hell and doing great works for people, you know, building wells for people in Africa and building just homes for people everywhere. Like, he does incredible things. And that's exactly the kind of shit that I would be doing if I had the money. And there's ways to make that money, and he's proven it, right? The online world is such a powerful way to make that money, and I just need a little bit of leeway with money to start investments, start stocks, starts those things, because I kind of know about them, and I will want to know more about them when I have the money, and I feel like I can invest my money and have it grow for me while I'm earning money from all these other platforms and stuff like that, and that will just help me bless my community more, you know what I mean? So and there's so many things that happen with that. Brand deals, you know, you get paid through brand deals, and then you get paid for just videos with like having like a ketchup bottle in the background, and they'll pay you for that, you know. So many good things that happen from just growing your platform. There's so many ways that money will be coming in, and that's what I'm working hard towards. And that's where, like, these people can hate on me all they want, but I did so well last month, and that was huge thanks to y'all. And thank you again for taking care of my dogs, because that was a big reason why I did well last month, is because I wanted to get them in the vet and taken care of and stuff like that. But we earned rent both in that month, and so things just were really well that month. And that really shows me that if I put the work and dedication to it, and if I don't procrastinate, then I can get these things done. And the procrastination is not my weakness. I can get around that when my joints are good. It's just when my joints are bad, I still think like anytime I stand up, it's going to hurt. I literally can stand up and just walk now. I'm a little gimpy, but I'm walking and I'm doing it. And I'm so excited. So, and even then, like, there's so many, because I cater to my ADHD, there's so many things I like to learn about. There's so many different niches that I get to reach out to, as opposed to if I just did makeup, I would only be catering to the makeup community. So while like for the longest time I thought, okay, this is really not going well for me, like I used to say like, don't niche down, blah, blah, like maybe I should niche down, you know? I was really doubting myself for a minute, just like with my health, like really doubting myself for a minute. And now I'm like, okay, no, I think once things blow up, it will be really good that I didn't niche down, because I can still explore all of these things that I want to do and not take a hit to my audience, you know, not have to figure out who the audience is, you know what I mean? So I'm just really looking forward. I'm pushing to these big days, because at the end of the day, if I were Mr. Beast, I guarantee you he doesn't care about these fucking people, these trolls online and stuff like that. He's out here doing the things that he's doing. He's too busy paying attention to it. And that's where I hope to be one day. Sounds good, Bubba's. Thank you for being so freaking generous. I love you. I'll put a little flower in your heart. We'll see you tomorrow morning, hopefully. I'm going to be on early tomorrow morning because I have a doctor's appointment pretty much at the time that I stream. And then hopefully hang out with Zorby, see how he's feeling. But I'll be on early tomorrow, so I hope to see you then. If not, I hope you have a good day. But sleep well. All these fucking flies. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. And yeah, don't forget you're fucking wonderful. That goes for all of you. That goes for all you sexy beasts. And that's also why we know it, because humble about that. Sometimes I'm scared I'm not humble. I really I don't know where I stand on the line with being humble. I don't really know if I conceptualize the term, you know what I mean? I think that might be like a autistic thing, I'm not too sure, but like I don't know but like I also preach on not being humble, because I've met so many people in my life that like anytime hey, Odin, come here. Hey, that's just me. It's okay. Hey. Odin, come here. Now, come here. Now. Come here. Just go lay down. Anytime I talk about like things that I've done, there's always people who are like, oh, you're a narcissist, you're this and that. And I don't really like to like brag about things. It's usually when I'm correlating it to like a philosophy or whatever the fuck I'm talking about. But sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm not humble, and I don't really care to be humble, because I feel like, you know, most of your life, if you've been pushed down and like people have told you ain't shit, even though you prove time and time again that you are, and people keep trying to humble you, sometimes it's okay to just own what you're about, right? And that's what I try to do. But then there is that fine line, like, I don't want to be too cocky. I don't want to be too like, oh, you're like, so like when people call me humble, I'm like, what is that even? Like, what is humble? Like, what does that look like? You know what I mean? Because I don't know what it looks like. So there's that. You're a little cocky too. But truth be told, I don't mind being cocky because I've spent so long letting people just like beat me down, you know? So I've spent so long letting loser ass dudes tell me I'm not attractive when I am. I've spent so long letting doctors tell me I'm fucking nuts or I'm wrong when I'm right, you know? So at a certain point, I've finally seen like, okay, every time I do this, it's because they're fucking haters or they're, you know, they don't have the knowledge or whatever, and whatever it is, you know? And when you own your shit, it kind of pisses people off. And I kind of like pissing people off now. Um, because it just pisses the weak ones off, to be honest. Like, if you really can't handle being around confident people, then you got things to work on, you know? Because I'm not ever trying to insult anyone or anything, but if you think I'm pretty and then you feel like you're less pretty and then you have to project your insecurities on me, work on yourself. Showing up in the sound business, I hate. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't really have, honestly, I don't have the energy nor time to hate. And like, I don't know how to describe it because I wish I could have described it to that girl who she came in, she's like, you're a liar. Because I said I love you to the stream. And I really do. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, I don't have hate in me. Like, even for my stepmom, even for my grandfather, these people abused me. And, you know, I don't have any hate towards them. I don't even have hate towards Voldemort. I know they went through shit and I know that's made them who they are. And they're living out patterns and that's their journey to learn through and stuff. And unfortunately, yeah, I got hurt through it. I'll heal through it and figure out some beautiful thing from it. But, you know, shut up, Zorby. Oh my God, whatever. Stop lying to yourself like that. Remember the song? I do not. Oh, is that who that's by? Yeah, it's true. And I've had a lot of terrible people in my life knock me down as a child. And I really do think it's because, like, as I said, as a 6-year-old, I've had this goal in mind. And I really wonder what it'd be like to see a 6-year-old with those kind of goals and what kind of tenacity and what kind of ambition they work through. I don't know what it looks like because it's me, you know. I don't know what it looks like to other people, but I'm imagining like if I saw like an 8-year-old with the determination and shit that I had, I would be hella impressed too. I'd be like, hell yeah. You know, and there's a lot of weak adults who get threatened by kids, such as the ones that were in my life. And now I'm just all about owning it. I'm just like, I'm so sick of y'all making me feel like I'm crazy for thinking I'm pretty. I'm crazy for thinking that I have a good body. I'm crazy for thinking that I'm nice. I'm crazy for thinking that I'm fun. Like every time I like try to own who I am, there's always someone out of the woodworks who's like, no, you're not. You're not that. You're not that. I don't care. I've worked too hard on worrying about validating myself to give a shit about what you think I need to hear. Your external validation really means nothing to me. I love compliments and stuff like that, but that doesn't define how I feel in here. How I feel in here is literally just validation that comes from myself. And that's why like how I talk to you guys is literally how I talk to myself. When I say like smack your ass and call yourself beautiful, I am literally in the mirror smacking my own ass and be like, damn, you're so beautiful. And do I think I'm the most perfect looking human in the world? Do I think I'm the most beautiful human ever to exist? No, I don't care about that being everything about me because I want to be helpful. I want to be kind. I want to be innovative. I want to be a trailblazer for helping people suffer less and things like that. Beauty comes from truly the inside, and that means owning who you are, owning things that people want to shame you for, you know. And that's where like people always accuse me of being a narcissist, and I don't think I'm a narcissist for so many reasons because I've been through so many psychologists, so many therapists, they would have diagnosed me by now. Okay. Secondly, I'm all about like owning my shame, and that's really how my whole channel is like aimed towards, like, you know, get rid of that shame. The things that people make you feel like you should be ashamed of, that's their projections onto you. Don't let that affect you. Love whatever you feel like you're ashamed about. Like when I was younger, like I'll correlate it to my hair. You know, for a bit, I felt really like, you know, the girls in school were really mean to me because I lost my hair and everything. But for a bit before that, I didn't care. I walked around bald headed as shit and I did not care. But then for a bit, they started being really mean. And so I still become like really secluded and like turned inward and like really like, I wouldn't say ashamed, but like I was embarrassed and whatever for like losing my hair because like people would make fun of me for it and like what do you do about it? Like I would tell my friends about it, but like I can't tell everyone in the school, you know, and even if I did, people would still make fun of me. There's always those kids, you know. But it really took me just owning it. And then the second that I owned it, it pissed them off even more because they can't hurt you with that anymore. They can't get to you through that anymore. And that is something you've just completely transmuted. You've turned that into from weakness to literally just complete strength. All these fucking gnats. So literally, that's just like something that I just preach so heavily because so many people will just tear you down and for just being different, for just being you, for whatever. And that means they're trying to cover your light, you know? And everybody has a light. People, like whenever I talk about how I love myself, people think, oh, you think you're so special. Yeah, I do. Get over it. As a matter of fact, I think everyone's special. Everyone has something about them. I just talked about this on my TikTok because I have this problem with girls copying me. I don't give a shit about girls copying me. The real big problem is that I have these influencers who like use me as inspo down to like everything. Earrings, eyebrows, makeup, and they never once tag me. That's the bottom line of that. Other people, I don't give a shit if they copy me. I'm more flattered by it, if anything. Rather than, but not really like everyone, you know, like I'll have people who disguise themselves as friends in my life and they'll just completely like copy everything I do. Mannerisms, talking, everything. I don't like that. Okay, see you later, bubbas. I appreciate you hanging out. But for the most part, like, I love inspiring people, but when you try to emulate everything about me, I fucking hate that. And at least, like, don't act like you originally came up with the shit that you're literally fucking copying from me. And then especially big time influencers, least you could do is, like, show everyone that you're getting your ideas from this small time creator when you have, like, 500 to 1 million followers, you know? Anyway, I just think, honestly, like, more people should just live authentically. And it's easier said than done, you know? And living authentically requires owning things that you've been thought you should be ashamed about, you know? And even then, like maybe you've hurt someone, maybe you've done some things wrong that I couldn't even fathom. That's your journey. And that's a level of shame that you'll have to just talk about and own and take accountability for. And just recognize that you are still a beautiful person. You're still wonderful. Your mistakes look different than my mistakes because your journey is different than my journey. Because you're made to be built into a different person than I am. And while we agree on this level of things, you're still completely different. You're still uniquely wholly you. And there's no person in this world who is like you. There is no person who has the combination of what you've got going on, the traits, qualities, the journey that they're learning through, the lessons, the music, the food, the style. There's no combination of you that exists everywhere in the world. You can find your doppelganger who looks the same, but they will not be the same. You could even have a twin, and there will still be something about them that is just minutely different, you know? Buck, hello. And that's where I preach so heavily. Like once you really grasp that within yourself, you start living differently. You start making decisions for yourself, not based off of what other people want from you and want to see from you. And that's where people like, they don't like how I look. And it's not really, they don't like how I look. It's more that I'm not following the status quo and I'm still making money. I'm happy. I'm doing things. I'm helping people. A lot of people judge me because of how I look. They think I'm an awful person because I'm tatted up and stuff. And then when they find out that I help my community, they get more pissed off because now like they're wrong. And even then, like I love that in a message in itself. Like you can't really judge a book by its cover kind of thing, you know? So thank you for the rose. All these gnats. But yeah, honestly, that's the best thing I could teach people. You know, for a while I lived authentically and then my stepmom started abusing me and that really made me turn inward and get real shy. And then I started losing my hair, going through all these medical shit. And then I had all these bullies, you know, that typical kind of high school shit going on. But with the family front and then the medical stuff happening, it just was really rough. And it's really caused me to pull inward and look at what I am, like to the core. Who am I? And not a lot of people even get that experience through their life to know who they are because they're so driven by, okay, I got to make mom and dad happy. What makes them happy? You know, and that's their first decision rather than what makes me happy. You know, and it's actually crazy because I remember like one question that I like to ask is like, if money didn't exist, what would you do to make, like, what would you do? Like, you know, what would make you happy? A lot of times when I used to ask this question, the people that I would ask this to did not know what they would do. Now I feel like I could ask that question and people know what they do. And a lot of it is helping people, you know. But a lot of people who, you know, they aren't happy, they aren't living life authentically, they're not giving to others as holy as they could be. And while a lot of us want to give to others, the best way to give to others is to give to yourself and make sure you're taken care of so that the overflow is given to the other people. And that overflow is so much better quality of help and everything than anything that you could give if you were half full of a cup. You know what I mean? It's much like, how are you going to help people give shirts for people who have no shirts if you're giving a shirt off your back? You can't continue to give a shirt off your back. You're going to run out of shirts. You have no shirt to give to the next person. So make sure you're taking care of. You have a shirt and you also have 30 other shirts. So now you're taken care of, and those 30 other shirts you can give to these people, And that in itself, I just feel like the energy just flows in like a cycle pattern, kind of, almost like a water wheel is how I imagine it, like with a river flowing. That's the energy. The energy is always flowing like the river, and it's just going with the watermill thing. It's like a cycle, But anyway, yeah. The haters be hating, but I be potating. No, I see people hate on Mr. Beast and shit, so I know they're always going to exist, but there's going to be a time where I don't even have to fucking look at them. Drop my nose ring. But yeah. Anywho, it's getting late. I still have a few things to do. I'm going to hop off here. I love y'all. You guys are amazing. Okay, don't forget to smack them booty cheeks. Call yourself beautiful. Because you are, okay? Be your own hype man. Okay, you can't expect everyone to hype you up because most people won't, okay? Most people don't do this kind of work, so you got to start doing it for yourself. Tell yourself you're awesome. Tell yourself you're wonderful, because you fucking are. Doesn't matter how many mistakes you made, how big mistakes, how small mistakes, whatever. Okay? That doesn't matter. And don't let this weird Christian shit, get to you. I feel like even though a lot of us aren't Christian, we still let that, that narrative hit us. I just want to remind you, if God was real and he sent his son down here to save us from all of our sins, then we can sin without going to hell. You're not going to go to hell or any kind of punishment for sinning. He literally killed his son so that we could all sin and not go to hell. That's the whole point of him sending his son down here. Okay, so if you want to make it a Christian way, think of it that way. It's okay to make mistakes. You're not an awful person. You're just going through a different journey. But I'm proud of you for making it through it. You're doing that shit, okay? And I'll see you guys early tomorrow morning. Super early, probably 6:30, 7 o'clock. So get some rest. Good night. You guys are wonderful. Sleep tight. Sweet dreams. Hydrate. Eat. Take care of yourself, okay? Anyway, toodaloo, y'all. I love you, Twitch. Bye-bye. I'll see you guys Wednesday night. But yeah, toodaloo.